So if you are a new videographer or filmmaker, or just you've been in the game for about a year or two, whatever, and you're still kind of a beginner, then definitely watch this video, because I think I can help you save some money and not make the stupid financial decisions that I've made in the beginning. Let's get it. So the first mistake that I made was buying the wrong cameras. I can't tell you how many times I bought the wrong camera. What I mean by that is find out what you want to do, what you want to shoot, because there is no right or wrong answer when they say what camera should I buy. You have to buy the camera that works for you and that can serve its purpose, the purpose that you're trying to do. So if you want to shoot a lot of slow motion stuff, then definitely get a camera that shoots a high frame rate, like 120 or whatever, if that's what you really want. Don't get a camera that can't shoot 120 if you want that buttery slow motion. But definitely if you're going to shoot a lot of low light stuff, like say club videographers, you shoot in the club, it's low light. You want a camera that can handle low light. Don't get a camera that you don't want to get a Blackmagic and go shoot in the club, because honestly, Blackmagic is a great camera, but it's not all that great in low light. And you don't want to spend a couple $1,000 on a camera and realize this is not the camera you want. So definitely pay close attention on the type of stuff that you want to shoot, and choose accordingly based off of what you're trying to do and what you want to create. And here's a mistake that I made early on, and this was not buying lights. I was that filmmaker who turned on all the lights in the house, opened all the windows. I was the filmmaker who relied so heavily on natural light. I didn't even think about getting flags and diffusion and lights and all that stuff. So I'm outside, no reflector. I'm just raw dogging and stuff. Like, sun bouncing everywhere, it looks terrible outside. I didn't even think about getting a diffuser or even bouncing the light to make it look good. So definitely invest in some good lights. Right now I'm shooting on a Godox SL60W. This light is maybe 130 something. I'll put the price up somewhere, but this is a really inexpensive light. You can go with GVM. Me personally, I definitely recommend getting a really powerful cob light. Like the Amaran 200D is a great beginner filmmaker light because it's powerful. You can do a lot with a really powerful light. It's better to get a powerful light than to get a not so powerful light that you have to run at 100% all the time. You're not getting enough output out of that light. And the thing about getting a cob light, really a Bones mount, because Bones is one of the most popular mounts, is you can modify it with so many things, and you can put light domes on it, all kinds of stuff. So definitely invest in lights. Don't be like me and then don't invest in lights. Get lights early on. Lighting will definitely make all the difference in your filmmaking. And this is another mistake, not buying audio, or good audio at that. A lot of times, I didn't even have lavalier mics for a long time because I was really doing a lot of B-roll stuff. And as I started getting into the talking head stuff and the video, I was using like the little Rode Video Micro, and I'm just like shooting interviews that way, and that is a no-no. You want to get some, this is the Rode Wireless Go, the first one. You want to get some good lavalier mics, or even a good shotgun mic, and that you can boom. So definitely invest in some good audio, because audio is the most important thing, and then lighting is the second most important thing. For me, lighting is the most important because I am a gaffer, DP, and I focus heavily on light. That's my thing. Audio isn't really my thing, but audio is the most important because people will look at okay footage with great audio. No one's gonna sit through bad audio. People will sit through bad footage, but they won't sit through bad audio at all. So get good audio. Even if you're doing a YouTube video, get a good microphone, because nobody wants to hear a lot of room tone and a lot of echo and all that crap. Get a good microphone and get some good lights. And another point I wanna make is buying cheap gear. And I understand when you're starting off, you gotta buy cheap gear just to get your feet wet. And you might not have the budget to buy the most expensive gear and all the flashy stuff, but if you buy cheap gear, make it a point to upgrade, because cheap gear will not last long. And I can't tell you how many times I bought something cheap. Like I got some really cheap lavalier microphones when I realized I needed mics. It was cheap mics. I don't even remember what microphones they were, but they were cheap microphones, and they stopped working within like a year. And this is the Rode Go 1 that I have. And these mics are still working the way they worked when I first opened them 3 years ago. I bought these 3 years ago, this month actually. So, and these mics still work perfectly fine. Nothing's wrong with these mics whatsoever, and they work great. The battery life is still great. Rode just makes great products all around. Rode, if you're watching, I know I don't have a lot of subscribers, but it would be awesome if you can like sponsor a video or something. You buy cheap gear to get started, you make your money, you save your money, and you invest in more expensive gear. If better mics, better lenses, better everything. And speaking of lenses, this is my last point, and I'm gonna let you guys go. If you made it this far, this is a bonus point. There's something we say, marry the lens, date the body, because I can't tell you how like important it is to get great lenses. When I was starting out, I was like, oh, I need a good camera and I can be okay with lenses. No, you want to get great lenses, and you can get those lenses and adapt them to your new camera or whatever. Because if you have great lenses, a great lens will look good on just about any sensor. And because the first thing that your image hit is the glass, is your lens. And you want to send a great image to your sensor. You don't want to send crappy images to your sensor. I've seen some really nice cameras look okay with just okay lenses, and I've seen some really okay cameras look amazing with great lenses. And that's why you want to marry the lens, because lenses are not cheap. I understand that, but get you some good lenses, and first find out what ecosystem you want to be in, because you don't want to buy a million Sony lenses and then can't really adapt them anywhere. But find out what ecosystem you want to be in. Like for me, I am in the EF ecosystem, so Canon EF. But I'm moving towards PL mount lenses. So every lens that I buy from this point on forward will be PL mount. So I'm not buying a new camera at all. I'm only going to buy lenses, and I'm going to use my Blackmagic 6K until it stops working. It's no point of me really upgrading a new camera right now. So yeah, with that being said, invest in some lenses. But if I added any value to you in this video whatsoever, definitely like this video and consider subscribing to the channel. And I hope to add more value and knowledge. I've been in the industry for over 10 years, and I am pouring everything that I know in my brain into this YouTube channel. So everything I know about filmmaking and everything, all the new stuff that I'm learning along the way, I am going to share with you all on YouTube. I have a passion for teaching people filmmaking. I used to actually teach filmmaking professionally at like middle school and high school. Haven't done that in a while, but I am passionate about teaching people. But yeah, I hope I see you on the next one. Peace.